day 2 of my recovery here. I made my way down to Wenatchee from Chelan, and have been getting some supplies I needed and resting up my feet, trying to get them better again. Today I got out and got a pedicure for the first time in my life. That's kind of a weird first. It was, it felt really good, especially the massage part, but it helped me to get away some of the dead skin on the ball and the heel of my foot, and revealed two of the deep-seated blisters that were really bothering me. So I've gotten those popped and cleaned out now, and looks like it's Sunday evening right now, and I should be back on the trail by Tuesday. Tomorrow morning I've got a scheduled appointment with a masseuse to hopefully get my calf muscles working again. They've been kind of bothering me a bit, and my hips have been a bit tight, but unfortunately they didn't have anything open anywhere today here, so I have to go on tomorrow, Monday morning, to get that done, and then get checked out of this hotel and start making my way back to Chelan, so that Tuesday morning I can get on the boat first thing and get back to Stehekin and hit the trail again. It's starting to get really stir crazy at this point, and ready to get back into nature. Well, I'm back out on the trail again, and feels really good to be moving again. I'm about should be like about 15 miles outside of Stehekin now. Probably gonna go about another 5 miles, and there's another camp up here, and camp out a little bit early. Having some deep thoughts today, and I guess this section of the trail has kind of been intimidating for me, because this is going to be the hardest stretch, I think. It's like 105 or 7 miles until I reach my next road crossing, and there's 29,000 vertical feet of elevation gains. But I've been having some deeper thoughts lately, and this is causing me to confront those. I guess the most relevant on the tip of my mind right now is it just feels real lonely out here. It's don't really see a ton of people. Don't really have a lot of people to talk to, but it's not really that different from the city. I used to have these feelings of loneliness even living in my house in the city, surrounded by people. And as I reflect on that today, I'm realizing I made a lot of poor decisions over the years that have been influenced by these feelings of loneliness and this emptiness and solitude that I have. Yet at the same time, it's almost like I've done things in my life that have kept me in solitude, and I don't know why that is. So that's going to be a deep thought for the next while. The other deep thought that I've had is when you're out here and you're kind of all alone, is you're present in every moment of every day. There's no daydreaming so much. There's no just coasting by. You're constantly in the moment of your surroundings. You're constantly engaged, and that can be somewhat uncomfortable at times. But
I think these are good things to work through. And kind of like I think I've mentioned in a previous video, I think the moral of this trip, the thing that I need to learn more about and what nature is teaching me here is how to be comfortable when I'm uncomfortable. And you know, I know I'm in a place I want to be. I know I'm in the mountains. It's a place I've always been happiest, but at the same time, there's some anxiety and feelings of loneliness and discomfort, frustrations of things not going your way, and it's just normal parts of life. You just learn to cope, learn to live, but kind of got to find the bright side in everything. I mean, I'm out here in this wonderful place. I'm doing what I want to do. I've chosen this peaceful life to try and find my happiness, and I think it's helping me to confront some of these demons. I'm going to ponder on this for a little while and talk about it further when I have some more thoughts. All right, let's talk about being scared for a moment. The closest people to me are probably a mile or more ahead, and up in front of me was a big brown bear. Thankfully, I heard it in the bushes rattling around, and I started whistling a lot, and then I scared it and it ran off. But I still heard it creeping around the bushes up ahead, so I don't know how I feel about going forward at the moment. Kind of feel like maybe I should take a break. Don't know. Wish someone else was around. I think I hear it off in the distance now.
So, some reflections on the day. First of all, glad to be alive. Second of all, I can't believe how close I was to a bear. The bear was 20, 30 feet in front of me. I didn't know a bear was there. I heard something rattling around, and it could have been a squirrel. It could have been a rabbit. But I just decided I'd play it safe and started making a bunch of noise, whistling, as opposed to my signature singing of I'm a Little Teapot, which, as some of you know from my stories, I've used as a bear deterrent in the past. But yeah, I whistle a few times, and then out jumps a big brown bear. Now, it might have been of the species black bear. That's more likely than an actual grizzly. But its fur was brown. And I was so shocked, and it all happened so suddenly, that I didn't take a look and see if it had a big hump on its back. And it ran off into the bushes, which is another reason why it's probably actually a black bear by species and brown bear by color. Yeah, that was a creepy day. I have to say, once that happens, you kind of stop worrying about your problems. And you start worrying about just being alive and enjoying the experience. Maybe that was there to teach me a lesson today.
All right, so we're on morning 2 of the second week. I got a good sleep last night. Didn't get harassed by any more bears. I really thought a lot about what I was going through yesterday and the way I was feeling. And, you know, I think I have spent so much time trying to appease other people and do the things that are expected of me that I think I've forgotten how to make myself happy and enjoy the freedom of my alone time. And so I'm trying to recapture that today, and it feels a whole lot better. You know, I started just with some simple, basic things. I wanted to sleep an extra hour this morning. It was cold outside, so I did. There was no pressure to like hurry up and get down this trail and put in the miles. Then I also, you know, wanted to kind of lounge around a little bit this morning and gather my thoughts and have a hot cup of tea. And so I did those things. I made some hot tea. I sat on a log at camp and just took my time. Spent probably 2 hours from the time I woke up to the time everything was packed up and ready to go again, and started hitting the trail. And I gotta say, I feel a whole lot better this morning. I think there's something to this idea of making myself happy first, and being happy with me. So I'm gonna keep trying that today and see what other interesting things come of it. So I've been walking through just meadows and valleys, and all of a sudden come out to this opening and boom, mountains, snow. Oh, it's gorgeous. Absolutely glorious. This is the stuff I came out here for. Up to day 3 of week 2, and today I should be getting real close to the glacier peaks, or Glacier Peak itself. Actually, looks like, based on the maps and such, I should be camping out at about it'll be about 17.5 miles today. And it'll be like dead smack in the middle of the mountain as we make our way across the northern side of it. So, last few days, whoops, almost tripped, have been just really mentally taxing and challenging. Been in my head a lot, been doubting myself, been just, I don't know, just not in the best of place. But I woke up feeling pretty good today. I feel very empowered today. Very much like I'm gonna tackle the day and carpe diem. Well, no other words of wisdom just yet this morning, but I'll probably be back. Well, here I am on day 4 in the Glacier Peak section, and I would say sleeping in the woods and camping and that is feeling normal. There's I've got a routine developed. What I do just feels like kind of ordinary and easily repeatable, but just walking 15 to 20 miles a day and having like 4,000 to 6,000 feet of elevation you go up, I don't know when that's gonna feel normal, but I sure hope it's soon. Last night was pretty nice. Got to actually camp around a group of people and hung out and talked into the evening, and it was really nice. I think we're all gonna try to camp around the same spot tonight too. So it'll be really pleasant to have a little community out here. But for the day, I am alone again as I make my way through the woods. Wow, I'm almost up to this pass, and the view here is just incredible. I kind of got to wonder what that little grassy peak right in front of me, what things must look like from the top of that with just that 360 view. Oh, it must be gorgeous. It's beautiful out here. Finally getting some really gorgeous areas after 3 days in the jungle. Wow, as I'm getting down here to these lower altitudes, seeing some of these waterfalls that are just cascading down the mountains are just gorgeous. We're heading down into this valley right now, and then I'll be heading up onto a peak somewhere, I think over here, where there's a lake. Still haven't gotten a really great view of Glacier Peak yet. I think that ridge over there connects into it. But man, it's just beautiful today out here. So a lot of times lately, trail's been, well, kind of non-existent. As you can see right now, I can kind of barely tell where I'm going through these weeds. They're pretty high up on me, just brushing across my body, head's exposed. You kind of find a trail every now and again. But definitely feels like bushwhacking. Now this isn't as bad as some areas. Some areas have actually been even worse than this. In fact, that area I ran into a bear the other day out here. It was kind of an area like this where it was way overgrown and couldn't really see too far. I just kind of tell the trail was turning a little bit up ahead, and out popped that bear. I whistled loudly a few times, and then it popped out and ran away. All I could hear was something rustling in the bushes ahead of me on the trail, and didn't know whether it was another person or wildlife or whatever. But yeah, better be safe than sorry. And now I can see trail again. Here, it kind of goes back and forth from being almost a bushwhacking experience to having a nice clean trail. So the trail just got eaten, I guess, by the ground. It's a long ways down. Huh. And there's where the trail continues.
So I'm sitting here getting ready for the morning. You can see down here I got my food supplies, my food pack, my trash, creamer for my tea right there. And what I'm noticing is, you know, in the stressful normal environment of regular life, I never really slowed down much to be organized and methodical about the things that I did. But out here, it's like it's a necessity. I have to really slow myself down, be really methodical, be very organized, and resituate myself every day. I have to repack my pack every morning, organize everything in a way so that I can find it easily throughout the day as I need it, think through, you know, how I want to position stuff in there so that I can grab it easily on the fly and I know exactly where it's at, or stuff that I don't need is buried far away. And I think this has been a really good exercise for me in being organized and methodical in every little aspect of my daily life, and I think that's going to lead to some long-term improvements. Just another interesting reflection from the trail.
Oh, so just to give an idea of how steep this stuff is and how scary it is at points, you see the gal in front of me is finishing up this slope here, and as I rotate around, you got some real steep drop-offs. I'm about to go up it next. Wish me luck. Well, I just had my first really unfortunate fall. Not my first fall overall though, but I slid down an ice field onto a muddy avalanche chute and down the muddy avalanche chute, and now my leg is just covered in mud, extra muddy weight that I'm gonna have to carry with me. So ready to wash my clothes. Beautiful day though, wonderful day to be alive. Scenery's getting a lot more beautiful. Days are very comfortable. My body's just not accustomed to 15 to 20 mile days yet. That'll come. Yeah, it would appear that the bridge has taken on water. This bridge has turned sketchy. Well, I just tried to cross this river on a log. I was doing pretty good, but apparently that log rolls. And now I am just completely soaked. But didn't break anything, so I had to try and capture some footage of this way out here in Glacier Peak Wilderness, and surrounded by all this gorgeous, and right there's my first view of Mount Rainier. So beautiful. So it's 6 or 6:30 in the evening here on I think it's day 5 of the Glacier Peaks Wilderness. I'm finally getting to the exit. Saw my first park ranger today, and it's amazing how there's so much beauty in parts of this area, but I think I was too intimidated by this region to fully appreciate everything it had to offer. This was going to be the hardest single stretch of the PCT for me. It's like 107 miles, something like that. But 29,000 vertical feet of elevation gain. That's like going from sea level to the top of Mount Everest. You definitely felt that. It slowed me down a lot, down to about 15-mile days. But those 15-mile days really kind of helped me clear my head. It was a little less stressful and a little less trying to like rush in the morning. So I just kind of like fell into a groove. And it's like each day is kind of like wash, rinse, repeat of a lot of the same kind of stuff. Like it's feeling kind of like an organized process, like something that I'm going to be able to complete, and regimented, organized process. Anyways, so today I'm trying to decide what to do. I'd been camping with some people at night, and we'd originally agreed on a 12-mile spot to go camp at this lake, and it was really nice. But I got there, and the other guys decided they wanted to go a little bit further, and I waited for the last person. But they wanted to also go further, so now I'm just kind of thinking things through. I got less than 30 miles left till I exit this wilderness. I really, really want a lettuce tuna wrap with extra mayonnaise and Dijon mustard. Like, that's been running through my head for 2 days now. Just a really meaty tuna sandwich on lettuce instead of bread, with like lots of mayo though, like tons of mayo, like gob that stuff on there. Oh, that would be heavenly. Anyways, enough about food. So that's the driving factor, is my hunger, and kind of thinking about maybe I'll do a little bit of night hiking tonight, and that might put me within striking range of Stevens Pass in the morning. If I could get through another 12 to 15 miles tonight, that would leave me less, between 10 and 20 miles to Stevens Pass tomorrow, and I could definitely do that. The terrain in this section of things, we're through all the hard stuff. I just have to not fall over on these rocks like I keep almost doing. Anyways, I'll check back in later. Good morning, everyone. It's about 5 a.m. on, I think, the 16th of June. Hopefully my last day here. So I'm out here at a place called Pear Lake, and it's hard for me to show you because the sun gets in the picture and it just blurs everything out, but it is absolutely beautiful. I stopped for a few minutes to rest my legs here. I know I'm trying to like burn through a 25-mile day and really get through a lot, but stopping off to take care of your feet and keep your body happy is really important on these long days. But this lake is just beautiful. It's most definitely the most beautiful one I've seen. There's definitely fish in it. I just heard 2 of them jump, and I'd give this a 5-star Yelp review for sure. You only have 18 miles to hike in if you want to reach this one from Stevens Pass area. It's just beautiful out here. I'm up on this high top, I'm on like a pass near Grizzly Peak. This is like this beautiful meadow surrounded by just gorgeous mountains and massive deep valleys with evergreen trees everywhere, and it's just beautiful out here. So I've been listening to some podcasts lately, some really interesting ones that I brought up some points pretty relevant and in line with my journey that I thought I would talk about. One of them was talking about this kind of disconnect we have in our society with people and nature and challenging themselves and senses of kind of like danger and survival, and how more and more people are turning from like office jobs to various types of activities to help them experience this. Like a great example that a lot of people who follow me are going to resonate with are these Spartan races. You know, it gives you that sense of adventure, and it gives you that sense of really pushing yourself in this natural, wild environment that's just, it's a spectacular feeling of accomplishment if you've ever done one of those things. And you know, we kind of lose that in the pressures of our daily lives. What I've also seen is people talking about, on a few podcasts now, talking about how younger people in the workforce are becoming suicidal at increasing rates. It's like there's not a lot of personal satisfaction and fulfillment, or something that's not right with people. They're not getting something that their mind, body, spirit needs, and they're not feeling fulfilled. And I think a lot of that plays into how I feel with coming here. I was so depressed and in just such a bad way, and being out here even just in these 2 weeks has brought me to a whole new state of being. I feel happier. I feel more content. I want for less. I feel like even though I feel alone at times, I feel like I'm more in control of my life for the first time. And I feel like I'm in a place I should be in. It's spectacular. So I just wanted to reflect on that. All right. So I just made it back to Stevens Pass. I made the last 6 miles with this wonderful crew of people.
How's it going?
They hiked back with me, and they're being so generous to give me a ride to get to the Skycomish Hiker Haven hostel, I guess. Anyways, yeah.
This is Hank. This is Audrey. This is Lindsay, that's Nick, and this is me right here.